What's the strongest ship in the fleet? And I know fleets. Friendship. Scene Snobs, you guys are great.
Hey, I'm Will Wheaton, and I have just received a dump truck full of gold bullion to tell you to watch the Scene Snobs.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Review This with the Scene Snobs. I'm your host, Mick Manhattan, and you may have just seen me on my Super Mario Brothers live review. Of course, we do all our movie reviews live. Why do we do it that way? Because we believe that everybody has an opinion about movies, and they're not wrong. So we love to hear what you guys think. Sound off in the comments as we go. Now, I'm the type of movie critic that does not a huge fan of movie critics. So I do this. I give my opinion, give a little bit of a background, and I hope you just enjoy it or not. And if you disagree, you let me know. All right, guys. So we're here to talk about the movie Air, which is directed by Ben Affleck, starring Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman, Chris Tucker, Marlon Wayans. So many people. Viola Davis. I don't know if Viola Davis, one of the best actors of all time. She's in it. She plays Michael Jordan's mother in the movie. And the movie is about Nike in their basketball division finally trying to rise out of like the gutter compared to like Adidas or Converse and get some star that can really help them push their basketball shoes. And Matt Damon plays Sonny Vaccaro, who famously got Michael Jordan to sign on with Nike. And this is that tale. This is the tale of what they had to go through, what they had to do, the chances they had to take to get Michael Jordan to sign with Nike, which, if you guys know, was A, the biggest thing that ever happened to Nike, and B, still Nike's the powerhouse in just everything, just huge. So, you know, when it comes to sports, you know, gear, sneakers, clothes, the whole 9 yards, that swoosh is everywhere. So to watch this movie and see it from the beginning takes place in 1984, right before Michael goes to step onto the court and playing as a Chicago Bull after he got drafted. And they go through the motions of who they should get, realizing what place they're at. And Sonny Vaccaro realizes he wants to go and try and get Michael Jordan. He sees him for what he is, the greatest basketball player of all time. There was that foresight that led him to get the rest of everybody else involved. Phil Knight, who, CEO of Nike, started it all out of the trunk of his car. You know, that's a very cool story, and you should go check it out if you haven't. I had a fantastic time with this movie. Ben Affleck alone, I love his direction when it comes to movies. I think he tells really cool tales. Some of them stronger than others. I would put this more higher up there, you know, maybe not as high as an Argo or some of his other ones, you know, Gone Baby Gone, you know, but like Live by Night, maybe a little bit farther down. But I did like that movie. I thought he did a good job with it. Air was well acted. There's a lot of very good scenes where, especially between Damon and Ben Affleck, Jason Bateman plays a great role in this. Everybody just did a fantastic job acting out. And I know to put this together, they were very intent on getting it right. And you learn a lot through this. And Michael Jordan was very much involved. They went to him, talked to him, and he told them what characters need to be in there, what people were actually instrumental in getting him to be a part of Nike, not just what he's heard, what they've heard, or the research they've done, or the books they've read. He was like, you need to have this person in there because this person was super instrumental in getting this done, and so much more. And I really like the research and detail that went into it. It's very well filmed. It's a lovely shot movie. It's not groundbreaking in its cinematography, but it is well done. And they do show off a lot. They give you a lot of perspective on where they are because they do travel quite a bit, especially Sonny's character. And I really like how they played that up. It was just enjoyable. And to add as many elements of like material, like the sneakers, the clothes, the cereal boxes, stuff like that. The stuff we see every day that makes sense to us and has so many iconic images to it. And Michael Jordan was going to become one of them. The whole movie opens up with a montage of things from 1984 that we remember well. Not just commercials, but everything in between. The whole movie is filled with a lot of 80s music. It drives a lot of points. And then some of the things that maybe I didn't so much love about it, the music in some points kind of took me out of it. I really did like that they played Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA at the end. And the reason being is because they do talk about it in the movie and like kind of what that element is. And like Jason Bateman saying, you know, I listened to this song the other day and I found myself belting it out loudly in the car. And it's about a Vietnam vet coming home and not knowing what to do and not knowing how to live. And it's true. And when he says that, it makes sense to what the point they're trying to make with Michael Jordan and what these iconic things what iconic people and the legacies that they leave behind, what they build. So I really did enjoy what they went for in this movie. And it seems like they are pretty accurate in everybody they got. They kind of go over the history of it and stuff. Nothing major. Usually this is a non-spoiler and spoiler review where at the end I'll go in, but there's nothing really to spoil here. What am I going to tell you? Michael Jordan signed with Nike back then? I think we all know. We get into this, but it's not that. It's not about the end and whether he signs or not or why he signed. It's the journey along the way and everything they did to try and make it happen. The only thing I would say is that I didn't feel like there was enough conflict. It felt like it was always sort of coming together. It felt like everybody was sort of working together. I wish they added maybe a little more conflict, a little more fear. They did a good job in certain elements of adding the fear of like, I'm going to lose my job. This whole division's gone. I risked everything on it. But you also kind of felt like maybe because I knew the ending, but it also felt like just the way it was, like everybody sort of supported each other and always kind of sort of came around to each other's point of view. So it didn't really leave that much to the imagination with that, but I absolutely enjoyed this movie. Let me give my rating on this one. I give it a 4 out of 5 microphones. I think you should go check it out. Is it a movie that you have to check out in theaters? No. It's probably a pretty good date movie. I think, everybody would probably, you and your significant other may really enjoy it. So you might want to go check it out. But other than that, no, I don't think it's one that you desperately have to go see in theaters. I do think that going to see like Super Mario Brothers in theaters, that was my last review right before this, that's a good option, especially if you have kids. But like if you just want to get out or go on a date movie for that, it's a lot of nostalgia there. I think you can really enjoy that. But this is the movie where it's a little more subtle. Maybe curl up with your significant other on the couch and, watch it whenever it comes out on, a streaming service or something, or rent it. So I did like this movie. Air was very good, very well acted. Viola Davis gets special credit for me as being the best actor in the movie. She just knocked it over the green monster. Really, she was just so fantastic in this movie. You never actually see Michael Jordan except for in clips or in magazines and stuff like that. And I liked that. I liked that they took that element out. They said, we're not going to show you because this isn't Michael Jordan's movie. It's about Michael Jordan, but it's Nike's movie going in and the people who really fought for him. So I do think you guys should go check this out. Again, in theaters or not, waiting for streaming. Either works, but it is a good movie. And I think it's one that you could really get behind, especially if you like good filmmaking, good acting, good cinematography. All right, guys, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. If you don't know who we are, with the Scene Snobs, we embrace the absurdity. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of comedy. We do a lot of geek. And we have shows like, well, let me pull it up here so you can see the Scene Snobs Podcast, this is this week's episode. You can go check it out. It's live on our Patreon every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can check it out, or it's available immediately after on our YouTube channel or on all podcast platforms. And then, of course, we have our Patreon exclusive show for Star Trek. We're big Star Trek fans here. Warp Factor Fiction, a chronological analysis of the history of Star Trek on screen. That's right. We're going in order. We just started in March. We're doing it season by season. We did season 1 of Enterprise in March. We broke it up into 2 episodes. We're going to do 2 episodes of season 2 this month and so on and so forth. So join in for that. We'd love to have you, kind of be a part of it and, join in with us. We did just do a live. We have another show called Quarter Impulse, which is a companion series to Warp Fact and Fiction. It's just a smaller version of the show where we talk about certain aspects within the Trek universe. Today, we talked about First Contact because it is First Contact Day. Hopefully, you guys will go check that out and enjoy it. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. If you want to go check out the perks that we have on Patreon, we have a link down below. Just see if you like it, if you want to join in or not. We have other shows that are going to be going on there and other great perks too. So, we just really appreciate the support. It helps us keep the lights on and being able to do this and having a good time with it. And join the Snobs Nation. You can go over to the Discord. We have a great time there as well. Guys, all right. As we go on, I just want to say thank you to all of you for joining in, doing this with us, being a part of it, being a part of the Snob Nation. We love you. We will talk to you soon. Yes, this is me from 1995 in my Bulls Michael Jordan jersey. I love them. I appreciate them, and I always followed them. And I just want to say thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.